is what it looks like when you go to it. So I have already joined. So hopefully it'll let me log in real quick here. It's ai.invideo.io. And so once you log in, sign up, there is a free trial. And you get most of the features with the free trial to try. However, when you download the video, you'll see without the paid version, the video is going to have a watermark on it. So you'll definitely, if you're actually going to want to use videos, you're going to want to upgrade to the paid version, which I'll show you some of those options in just a moment. But just for the trial, you can basically try the stuff out, try the features out, see what you like, see how it works. So here's the overall dashboard, and you can see, if we're doing a longer form video, an explainer video, if we're doing a something more like a YouTube Shorts, just a 2-3 minute, maybe 1 minute even type video, teaser, quick explainer, something that we're gonna maybe use a link and send out or post on social media. You can also, watch the tutorial if you want, which I do recommend, because again, there's a lot that I think can develop with this platform. You can, when you get into it and start creating the video, you can also change the format style. So these were workflows for YouTube. The videos that I've actually created as samples were for Instagram, for stories and reels. And of course, then I have my Instagram tied to my Facebook page. So everything that I post on Instagram is going to go to Facebook. And then I have my Twitter, my X account tied to my Facebook. So a lot of times I end up cross posting. So it saves me time long term, which is not what I'm talking about here. But there are the options to do different kinds. So we'll look at all that in a moment. First of all, let me show you the pricing. So you understand what it is you're getting. So free, anybody can use it. You're going to get 10 minutes a week of generatable video content. So if you're just doing a couple of short things, you just want to play with it, this is perfectly fine. You get 4 exports a week, and that's going to have their logo on it. So if you're wanting something that's branded, you're going to have to go to a paid version. But if you just want some content that you can put on there, you can stay at least initially with the free, and then it's going to be mostly standard media iStock type stuff. So iStock is over here in the paid, and of course you can upload some of your own content, video, short clips, and like pictures and things like that as well. But the majority of it's going to be stock type stuff. So they do offer, if you are looking after you've tried it, you say, hey, I want to, they do offer a discount if you do the yearly purchase. But maybe you say, you know what, I want to just do for a month and create several videos, because again, I'm going to create more evergreen type content. Maybe you just pay the $25 and do for a month, or $60 and do for a month to get all the features and do a whole bunch of videos. That can be up to you, but just so you know, you do get a discount if you on the per month price if you pay for the whole year. And so they would charge you for the whole year. Say it says 240 billed annually, 576 billed annually, or there's your monthly price. So there's the options with the pricing. Again, this is for one user per account. So if you've got a team or you want to let other people use it, notice it does go up as you add more users. So up to 4 users, $80 a month. And again, that's the bill annually option. $100 a month if you did it monthly. So if you wanted to have multiple people be able to do multiple different videos, bring a team in, everybody's going to do kind of their own stuff, that is an option. You can definitely do that. But I would definitely stay with the free version while you're learning stuff. Don't pay for it while you're learning. Figure it out a little bit, and then if you want to, you can come in and look at the pricing guides. Okay, so let's show you around the system a little bit more here. Whoop, there we go. So home, you can see I've already created a couple, which I'll show you because these are different trial versions that I was just messing with it. And then we'll look at creating one together here in a little bit. I did add some media, so I've added some pictures. I have not figured out how to turn them yet. So these are upside down and sideways. Thankfully, they're not all that way. But so I can kind of bring in some of my own content, houses that I've sold, my area, things like that here in the media library. And then there's the history of what I have already created over here. You can see there's my login stuff, obviously profile. You can change your username. I did. It gave me a generic username when I started. And you can connect it to Discord. I don't have Discord. I don't use Discord. I'm not really sure what I would do with that other than maybe talk to other people who are using it for maybe ideas. I know that some of their technical support, while they do have the chat here, they do have people available in Discord as well. But I'm not sure if there are other benefits because that's not something that I do. So becoming an influencer is if you have a YouTube channel that is really something you're pushing, you can connect your YouTube channel here. And that way, when you are actually doing videos, it's going to automatically sync them, which is kind of a cool feature because it can take a few extra minutes just to upload stuff and it can be easy to forget. So that is something that is definitely available if you want to use it. Again, we looked at the subscriptions already, but there we go. So it just tracks so you can see, hey, I've only used 4 of the 10 minutes for this week with my premium. I haven't used, or I've used all of the stock photos because I don't have any stock photos at the moment, iStock photos. I have only exported 1 video, so I'm allowed to export 4 because I'm on the free plan. I haven't upgraded to the paid because I'm still learning some of these features, but I have access to everything in my trial, and I've been working on creating videos and trying things out. So I have exported one. I'll show you that here toward the end so you can see what that looks like in the free version. Members, if you do have other members, if you pay for those membership seats, you can invite them in and then add them in and give them access, what their access will be. Settings, I did turn on the beta features. So if they have new features that come out and I, continue to use the program, which I believe I'm definitely going to, at least for a while, because I want to play with these videos and see what I can create. Then as they release new updates, new features before they go to the general populace, because this is a newer AI system as well, that I would get access to those and be able to try them out as well. And then, of course, I can go back here to the start. So let's show you how it works. It's not super complicated, but I will say you do have to be fairly specific in what you want. Because the more specific you are, the more detail you can give the system. Notice you have up to 3,000 characters to kind of tell it what it is you're wanting to do. So let's say I want to do a short. I want to, let's create a video. If I spell things right. All right, so I've obviously misspelled something or did something that Grammarly didn't like, but there's our basic for the video. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to create basically a buyer process, quick explainer video, call to action, click the link, get my buyer roadmap, reach out directly. And then I said that I want it to be in a male Midwestern voice. Some of the voices, I will say, are a little weird. Some of them are pretty cool. There's one that sounds very, very, very close to Morgan Freeman. That's very neat. And then I said I wanted it to include some music. I want it to be vibrant. I want it to be about 90 seconds long. Midwestern accent. I'm going to show subtitles. And I said male voice. So I click continue. I can look over everything and I'm going to generate the video. Now you'll notice it's analyzing what I've requested. The AI is going to work reading through here. After it kind of analyzes and categorizes, it starts creating. Now, this does take a few minutes. The longest one that I've created so far out of the ones I've done took about 10 minutes for it to completely get done. And then once it was done, I watched it. I asked it to make a couple changes, which is kind of a neat thing. You can, oh, here we go. Who are we looking for? We're looking for home buyers. We want to be, I'm going to say, inspiring. And then what platform do I want it for? So I'm actually going to say that I want this for Facebook. So it's creating a short form video because that's why I picked at the beginning. But instead of a YouTube format video, we're going to have a Facebook formatted video. So it should be, if this works properly, the square format. All right, so I'm clicking continue. And now look, so it did everything, categorized everything, kind of pulled the ideas that I gave it, and now it's analyzing and creating. You'll notice just while it's doing this, that down here at the bottom, if you like the video, you can let it know. If you don't like it, you can let it know. If you click any of the thumbs, it's going to ask you for feedback. If you like it, what is it you liked? If you didn't like it, what is it you didn't like? Down here, the regenerate button. Obviously, I'm not going to press that right now because it's doing its work, which the first time was kind of neat to watch. I sat here like, oh, what's it doing? After that, it looks like this every time, no matter what video I've created. The words are a little different, but the background doesn't change. But if you just don't like the video at all, I don't like the script, I don't like the tone, whatever, you can just click the regenerate button and it'll do the whole thing again a different way. Or what I've done a couple of times, and I'll show you this here in a moment, is I've taken the video, I'm like, okay, that's not bad to start, but it's not quite what I want. So there's a box that you can uh, put in. Oh, so there's the video. There's the box. Here's the edit, which we haven't watched it yet. So we'll watch it first and then we can go through. You can edit and then tell it, make it a little longer, add a little bit more detail, change the voice, change the music, those sorts of things. Or, when you get to the point where you're like, okay, yeah, I like this video, export, and you'll be able to download it, save it. All right. Notice again, it's got the iStock on it. So let's take a look and see what we've got to start. So there you go. Obviously, the iStock, the logo at the end are things that are changeable with the premium version. Uh, you know, there were some things that I liked about that video. Again, we just created that right here. I didn't dislike the overall tone. I liked the voice, the music behind it. Could have been a little bit more exciting. It was a little bit more laid back. So we'll see if we can change that in a moment. There was some footage actually of Cincinnati, which is where Northern Kentucky is located on the edge of, but there were also several shots of Nashville. And I know that only because I've lived in Nashville and I recognize what we love to refer to as the Bat Building in a couple of those shots, which I thought was kind of odd because there were definitely some shots of the Cincinnati skyline. But again, some of the more community shots, like there's a shot where it was going kind of drone footage going down the street and there was a big building at the end, like a courthouse or community. That one has been in almost every video I've created. That's definitely not us. So let's say I watch the video, I look at it, I listen to it, I'm like, okay, not a bad start, not quite what we want. So I don't totally dislike it. So I'm not going to just regenerate the whole thing. All right. But I want to make some edits. Let's see here. How about we try and get a little bit, excuse me, bit my tongue there, a little bit more vibrant music, speed up the pace, and maybe add a little bit more detail to the process. Because notice he gave a very quick, and I mean, it was accurate, but it was a very quick 3-step look at homes, make an offer, buy a home, move in. Okay, technically that was 4 steps. And you and I know that it's not quite that basic, but the big picture, those would be the chapters of the book, right? So let's see what we've got here. Throwing in the Morgan Freeman style narrator because again, I heard that on another video and I thought it was cool. So there, we've given it our changes. It's gonna, oh, failed to edit video. Might have given it too much. Let's see. Let's see. Maybe I gave it too much. See, because these are all short little, let's try that. Maybe I just gave it too much and I need to do this more in steps because everything else that I've given it has been like a line or two, not quite that big of a paragraph. So since it's working now, I'm going to guess that's probably what I did. So notice it tells us what it's doing, changing the music. And now for the voice of God, Morgan Freeman. I really do love that. That's fun. All right, notice it added a second to the length as well. So let's see what we've got before we make any other changes. So again, I want to point out that there was a really nice shot of Cincinnati, and then it ended with a shot that was not Cincinnati, which is where Northern Kentucky is, right on the other side. So, first of all, let's address Morgan Freeman. It's like a younger Morgan Freeman, but actually, especially at the beginning, you close your eyes, you listen. That could totally be him. So it's not perfect. Again, this is AI generated, but it's neat that you can change the voice styles like that. I did like the music better. Let's see if we can also make the. Let's see what happens. More dramatic pacing. So the nice thing about this is you can just play with it and kind of keep going to try and make it more and more what you want. Now, again, is this video the same quality that you're going to get paying somebody, uh, several $100s? Is this the same kind of video that you're going to get if you go out and get footage yourself and give it to, or have somebody else go and get footage? No, it's not. But if you're new, if you're on a budget, if you're just trying to build out your channel, your socials, and have some content that is there that people can interact with, that you can easily share, this can be supplemental. This is not meant, in my mind, to be the be all end all at this point. It's not quite there from what I've seen. But it can definitely help people who have no video content create and have some video content. So it's all done. Let's see.
Looking to move to Northern Kentucky? Imagine living amidst rolling hills, vibrant communities, and rich history. Northern Kentucky is a gem, offering a unique blend of Southern charm and Midwestern sensibility. But the process of
I just want to point out that is actually us. So that's an older shot, but that's what we call the shark fin building. This is totally footage of my area, which I love.
buying a home can seem daunting, can't it? Fear not. The home buying process
That is not us.
is not as complicated as it seems. It all starts with a solid plan of saving and budget. Next, you need to find yourself a trusted real estate agent who will guide you through the process of house hunting. Once you've found your dream home, you'll make an offer, and if accepted, you're brought to closing the deal. Last but not least, it's time to pack up and move into your new home. And you're a home in Northern Kentucky. But why use an agent, you ask? Agents bring knowledge, expertise, and negotiation skills, saving you precious time and effort. With an agent by your side, your dream home is within reach. Ready to embark on your home buying journey? Click the link to download your free buyer book map now and make home buying Northern Kentucky a breeze.
Okay, so I don't know about you, but for a couple of minutes and a couple of key phrases to get a video, I felt like that's pretty good. That's the kind of video that I would put out on a page just as a teaser, right? Something that I can add to my social, just let people interact with. It's easy, it's fun, it's engaging. I loved the music. The voice actually I thought sounded more like Morgan Freeman that time than the first time. So again, when you're starting, when you're on a budget for 20 bucks a month over the course of the year, $25 a month just to be able to create some videos, is that something you could start with? Now, again, is that TV quality? Is that production quality? Is that, big chain or big office quality, big team quality? No. But if you're a single agent, if you're a boutique brokerage, if you're somebody who's starting small, you're like, we don't have a lot of money for video, for editing, for software, for all this stuff, AI can help you. So if I were to download it, then it would give me that video. It's going to have the iStock on it at the moment. It's going to have the video or the AI InVideo logo at the end. With the paid version, you can take the watermark off. You can add your own cutscene, end credit scene, whatever you want to call it. All right, so let's go back to the home for a moment. So there it is. There's my other video. Now I want to show you my first pass because I actually thought, man, I want to start off making videos that could be local interest videos. This is where I really got excited about this initially, but you've got to be careful. Okay, so the first video I said, tell me the top 5 spots in Northern Kentucky to get a good burger. Now, the video itself isn't bad. Here
In the
it is.
bustling heart of Northern Kentucky, a culinary adventure awaits you. Unearth the hidden gems, the local favorites, the unsung heroes of the burger world. We initiate this flavorful trip at the Gourmet Grind in Newport as our first stop.
Okay, so I'm not going to show you the whole thing. I just wanted to show you that. First of all, again, you see some of the same stock footage. You saw the visual of the coming downtown, which I mentioned earlier. But I just want to point out there is no such place as the Gourmet Grind in Newport. Like I haven't thought, okay, maybe I just didn't know about it. That's totally possible, even though I live here and been here for years. So I Googled it. I Binged it. I asked a couple of other people, including people who live in Newport. I was like, hey, where's the Gourmet Grind there? The what? It doesn't exist. The AI video totally made up a burger place in Northern Kentucky and even said what city it's in. That does not exist. So, can you use this system to create something along those lines? You can, but you got to be careful. I watched the video, and actually, the first time I watched it through, I was like, oh, for what I was wanting, it wasn't bad. Not perfect, not the same quality you're going to get if you're paying a lot of money. But for 3 minutes, I put in, tell me about the top 5 burger places in Northern Kentucky, give it some cool background music, give it a certain kind of voice. And I tried it a female and male voice. And I liked the male AI voice better for this. So I watched it. I was like, oh, okay, that's not bad. It's what I asked for. But then I was like, I've never heard of 3 of the 5 places. And the 5th one that it actually says is in Louisville, which is not Northern Kentucky. It's a completely different market. So I was like, okay, I can get away with that because, again, regional, hour and a half away, I'll go with it. But I didn't know about the other 3. So I looked them up. None of them exist, at least not in Northern Kentucky. So that was kind of interesting. So I thought, okay, I'm going to put a little bit different spin on this. Let's try parks. So here we go.
Picture this, rolling hills, vibrant cityscapes, and a community brimming with life. Welcome to Northern Kentucky, a hidden gem in the heart of America. As the leaves turn to hues of red and gold, our region comes alive with a burst of energy. From the thrill of a football game at the local stadium, to the quiet tranquility of a hike through our breathtaking nature reserves.
Okay, so again, not going to watch the whole thing, but just want to stop, want to comment. First of all, nature reserves. I mean, we have some state parks that are around, but I'm not aware of any nature reserves. Maybe I'm just not familiar with the terminology. Then it says taking in a game at the local stadium. Well, which stadium? We've got a football team, we've got a baseball team, we've got a Major League Soccer team, we've got a semi-pro hockey team or like a lower division hockey team, we've got minor league baseball. Like, what stadium are we going to? So it wasn't super specific. Now, I didn't tell it mention the Cincinnati Reds, for instance, but kind of generic. And then you'll notice it talks about the hidden gem, the rolling hills right there in the first few seconds. Same exact information it gave in the video that we just created for potential buyers moving in. So it does seem like there are some limitations when you start getting into areas, unless you're going to take the time and just go through the editing process, say this, change this, which you can totally do. But I wanted to point that out because while there is great opportunity here, I think to start, and this is a system that I could easily see myself for a couple of months spending $25 a month on to be able to create, because it gives you 50 minutes at that $25 a month level for one user of videos that you can create. If every video is 2 or 3 minutes, that's not bad. That's not bad. You can go through, you can create stuff for buyers, you can create stuff for sellers, maybe create stuff for investors. Maybe you talk about some of your own processes and then create some more generic videos on features and amenities in your area. Again, just more interest. I'm going to put the content out there. If you're interested in more, contact me, press the button, send an email, send a message, those sorts of things. Can it be useful? This is just an option. But what I want you to also consider is what we're going to start seeing is a lot of people getting more generic videos because there are the folks on Fiverr, the folks on Upwork that are also going to be using this system. So be careful what you're paying for if you are going to go pay somebody and try and stay on the cheaper side of video creation, what you're getting. You can do it yourself with a couple of keystrokes and giving it a few minutes. So options for you, definitely something that you can put in your tool belt, definitely something on a budget for a new agent, for a young brokerage, a boutique brokerage, a smaller brokerage that could be very, very useful. But you need to be specific and you need to pay attention.